In the name of Allah Almighty, who is the most merciful, the most kind. Before that I start to thanks from personalities, from the celebrities who helped me during my educational career. Before that, I'd like to dedicate you the unforgettable, the most peaceful words of our religion, which is Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, first of all, I'm very thankful to my parents who helps me, who encourage me, who motivate me for the further and more getting knowledge. My father, whose inspiration, whose motivation, whose financial supports bring me here to stand and deliver something. Especially my mom, my sweetest mom, whose sweetest words, inspiration and motivation strengthen me to be at every stage successfully. Now, I am very thankful to all the instructors who taught me in the past, in the present, and will be in the future, inshallah. But especially, I am really thankful to these instructors of the Sayyid Jamaluddin Afghan University, where I have learned what I haven't learned before. Thank you, sir. Now, with a wholeheartedly, I am very thankful to all the classmates, all the respectful and honorable guests that come here to encourage us and to motivate us on our monograph defense ceremony. Let's start the topic which has been selected for me under the guidance of the intelligent, respectable and honorable lecturers of Sayyid Jamaluddin Afghan University, and especially from the Educational and Literature Faculty. The topic on which I am going to talk is all about the characteristics of a good language teacher and learner. My dears, before going to embark on the topic, let me tell you why I have selected this topic for my monograph ceremony. My dears, we have seen that the research have thrown enough light on the teachers and also on the learners' characteristics. That what the teacher do to become the more professional in their field, and what the learner do to learn and to acquire everything accurately in order to promote their skills. But here the topic is little different. We have seen many of the topics related to just teacher, but what I have selected is about a language teacher. Scholars and investigations, research shows that language teachers are totally different from the teachers of other fields. Like how? My dears, whenever a language teacher is teaching in a language class, it's the most difficult task for him to acquire and to control himself and also the class. Like how? A language teacher needs to communicate accurately in the target language in which he is teaching. But a teacher of other field doesn't acquire these things. A language teacher needs enough vocabulary, enough words to communicate on that language. And so on. Now the teacher we know better is the personality who guides us, who controls, who tells us how to run the community, how to run the society, and how to be with the people. One of the survey that has gone, that has took place in New York, one of the schools. And the title was, "What Makes an Effective Teacher?" At that survey, many of the students and many of the experts' answer was motivation. A good teacher will always motivate their students. Cooperation, sense of humor, creativity, thinking, and how to develop the society. There are many more, but what I have selected here was enough because of the time. Now, about the behaviors and disciplines that the teachers impact directly on the students. Those teachers are divided according to their behaviors and disciplines that they impact on their students are 6 types. The first one, the teacher is a person. It means the teacher is the representative of the class. He is even the representative of the society, how he should guide his learners. The teacher is a personality. He will be a model. He will be a symbol for the students. How to act and how to react with the people. The second, classroom management and organization. My dears, the most important features of a teacher is that how he manages, how he is a manager or how he is an organizer in a classroom, how he runs his class. One of the most valuable features of a teacher is how to guide and how to run his class. The third one, organizing and orienting for instructions, means that how to run, how you plan for your lesson, how you encourage your students, and how you motivate, even how you run the class, that they acquire it accurately and they understand it accurately. It's related to the plan. Sometimes the teacher plans at home while some plan at school. Even a poor plan can run a class well, but a good high quality plan sometimes doesn't run the class well. It means that plan is not something that you bring something in a colorful, that's a plan. No, you can make a poor plan on just a piece of paper, but it is required to how to run the class. Implementing instructions is also related to the class. Whenever a teacher enters, how he implements his activities and how he guides his learners. And then professionalism. Let's describe it on just 3 points. Professionalism fits. One of the scholars, a female scholar, said that a professional teacher needs 3 qualities. 1, be principled. The second is full of knowledge, be skillful. And the third, to follow all the rules and to think about the developments of the students and academic fields and about the society. Next, a good teacher's classroom. Classroom should not be like a room that we have in our home. It should be different, like it will have a well lighted. It must have a chairs. If not, so carpet is also allowed. It must have a stage. It must have a place for the teacher and for the students to walk on. And it will be much lighted. A teacher should stand somewhere that all the students can hear it accurately. It will not be like that. If the teacher is standing here, for example, he is talking in a voice that the back one cannot hear. No, a good teacher's classroom is that one, that he stands here, but the back one can hear what the teacher is saying. Next, changes in the classroom. In the past, like in the 20th century, the classroom was different, where all the teachers, the center focus of the learning was the teacher, not the students. And the students were just a passive learner. They were not actively participate in all their studies and their learning process. Here we have brought some differences between the 20th century learner and the 21st century. The difference between 20th century classroom and the 21st. The first one, in the 20th century in the past, teachers were the main source of knowledge. But today, you see us, we are the main source of knowledge, and these are just our instructors, they are just guiding us how to do and how to acquire. In the past, students were passive learners. Today, we can see we are active learners. That's the change between 20th century and 21st century. In the past, exam was just paper written. Today, we are getting marks. We are delivering something by through seminars, through presentations, and the teachers are evaluating us. Students work single in the past in the 20th century, but in 21st century, we are working in a group system. We are working collaboratively, and we are working with one another, enjoying and sharing our problems and going to find their solution. Finally, the goal of 21st century is to make a student, a learner, the productive member of the workplace, not just to sit as a passive learner. Types of the learners. These are the types of the teacher in fact. These are those types. The teachers that we can see, we can feel, we can hear from their styles, how the teachers are. So the research shows that there are 6 types of teachers you can find in any academic center. The first one is a new teacher. He is a type of a teacher that he is sometimes equal in the age of the learner, and he is full of enthusiasm, having full communication gift, trying to communicate with the students, and always he is full of knowledge. The second is disciplinarian. This is a teacher that he always trying, he always saying discipline is the only root of knowledge. He always trust and he always enforce the student to follow the behaviors and disciplines wherever you are. The friend. This teacher we can find it everywhere. He's always friendly with the students. The students are happy with it from him, and he always doesn't make distance amongst him and amongst the students. The entertainer, you know better, are those teachers, they communicate more than delivering the lesson. They are always trying to spare laugh on the students' mouths.
Why you are looking to me?
Actually, I was looking to you. And the cool teacher, here is another example. The cool teacher is a teacher who always, if he is taking attendance, he is not demolishing the students. He is just saying, just listen, what are you doing? Just follow the rules. But he never anger on the students. We love these types of teachers, and you must try to be and the experienced teacher. He knows better about this. When he stands, he knows how to control the class. If observer comes to the class from the first speech, he knows this is the teacher. There is nothing to say about it. Now, complexities in the teaching. Always when the teacher finds some complexities, but some teachers are showing it while some are hiding it. But these are the reality. The first one is culture and social diversities, relational diversities, merit diversities, IQ diversities of the students, different human needs and conditions, rapidly improving knowledge base, and different level of students and one. That was the first section about which I talked. Now, the second section that we have is a learner. We know learner. Learner is an academic personality who is always keen to gain, who is always keen to learn something from educational fields. And according to the learners that we find in a class are 2 types. Active learner and passive learner. We know from its name.
Okay, Mr. Yes. Keep in mind the time is too short.
So we have just 3 more seconds.
Okay.
Active learners. We know, you can see we are active learners. There is nothing to say more about it as a lack of the times. Active learners are those learners, they participate actively in their lessons. And passive learners are always shame. They are always shy to ask a question. They are always run out of questions. They doesn't participate actively. Their everything are misfortune. They always and frequently miss the classes. Types of learners. The one that we have is a visual learners. Are those learners, they can gain too much by imaging, by pictures, by posts. And auditory learners are those learners that they always think listening is a base of learning. Read-write learners are those learners. First they read, then they write the outline, and then they're memorizing it. Research shows that these learners, read-write learners, are the most popular, are the most successful learners in educational fields. Kinesthetic learners are those learners, they fast talk. Whenever they are talking very fast. Their decision making about something is very accurate, and they are making it very fast. And reflective learners are those learners, they wait. They doesn't react fast. They wait. When the teacher delivers, they catch it. They note it, and they are appraising it, and they are learning that for their exams. And general characteristics of a good language learner are those learners that they actively participate. They always come to class. And they do what they need. Suggestions from the Ministry of Higher Education and from the University of Syed Jamaluddin Rahman University. One, for the research that I have done, I have faced many difficulties. But the only one was lack of it and lack of library. During the research, I haven't found any of valid literature book and a book according to the language teacher and learner. Now let's conclude all what I say just in one sentence. I will say that a true teacher is a master of teaching, and a true learner is an active learner. So always follow what I say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Qais. If you have any kind of question related to this presentation, you can openly ask. Any questions? Yes. Sir has a question.
May I have a question?
Why not, sir?
At the beginning of your presentation, you talked about the motivation. You said that we have 2 types of motivation, and you only discussed the type of motivation, positive type of motivation. Has motivation negatively affected the learner, or do we have negative types of motivation? If they affect the learning process, how?
Well, the motivation that we see, we can feel it. Once the teacher motivated by talking, he is saying always come. Even a teacher can present himself as a model of a motivation for the student. And the second that how the teacher asks demerits of a motivation. We have when the teacher is not giving lecture, but he is always doing motivation. That motivation is a demerit for the students. Why he is not delivering the lesson instead of motivation?
I think motivation has negative aspects sometimes. For example, if we reward the student with a pen, with a chocolate, or something else, then they will catch to they will all the time wait for the reward. Then, although we want to motivate them, they will be accustomed to and they will slowly change from active learners to the passive learners because they are very. And if we have another question or that's a suggestion, you mentioned I don't know, but you mentioned the types of learners. We have several types of learners: auditory learners, kinesthetic learners, write and read and write. One type is left, that is tactile learners. Tactile learners are those learners which are learning the audio, the learners which they learn through the movement. Or they are accustomed with the issues. For example, some of the students are accustomed with, or they learn in order to drink a cup of tea, or some others learn while they are hearing songs. They play songs, then they read and learn something. These type of learners are called what? Tactile learners.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot from your respective lecturer.
Sir, you are leaving us, and what about the jury panel? Aye, sir.
ډېره زیاته مننه استاد محترم کور مو آباد خوشحاله اوسئ. Now, please have a seat, brothers. We hear from the jury panel what they decide about the presentation of Qais. Let me say something, dear respected sir. Countless thanks to Qais Ajnabi. I really appreciate the way he presented his presentation. Besides being as a good and active student of our class, he is really the personality with perfect ethics, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Our luck is very good, sir. Sir, are you very witness? Thank you, sir.
Your fluency was very good.
Thank you, sir.
The way you are presenting your presentation, your activity, your speech, your fluency was good.
Thank you, sir.
So we observe your presentation positive.
Thank you, sir.
So we believe it.
Now is the time for celebrating. Qais Waidar Racha usa.
Darele cá, ए व्हिडिओ रासेव का नजीबा ए नजीबा राशा राशा प्लीज यार पुलिस यार कम ऑन राशा सेव का